Hi everybody, my name is Missy and my channel is called Jake and Me Van Life. Now if you've been watching, you know who Jake is. He's my cat and he's right over here by the door. Yep, right. Well, maybe you see him. Right there. Jake, say hi. Say hi. Thank you. Kind of sound like a no though, didn't it? Anyhow, today's video is a special recipe that I love making. It's called Aurey soup. Aurey's my granddaughter. She is now 14. She's going to be 15 this summer. And I've been making this soup since, well, all my grandkids used to spend all the time spending the night with me. And I'd make recipes and we would make cookies and whatnot. But Aurey always loved my Aurey's vegetable soup or veggie soup. And it's homemade, and I called it Aurey because she was the one who always went nuts over it. So that's what we're making today. Now, the first thing I want to tell you that you have to have for this delicious soup is V8 juice. V8 vegetable juice. That's the base. I like using the hot, spicy V8 juice, but they were out of that. So I just grabbed this. It'll still be good and I can add some spice to it. I don't like things really spicy hard a lot, but I can put just a little bit of spice, which is going to be great. Okay? The other thing that's part of the foundation is ground beef and pork blend. I get this for less than $5 at Walmart and it just adds to this soup. Okay? Potatoes, and it's based on how much potatoes you like. I do 2 or 3, and then onions, and I'm sorry, my allergies are just killing me, and I'm sniffling, but I'm not sick. Anyhow, I already pre-chopped the onions, so they're already done, or ready to throw in with, we're going to throw them in with the ground beef and sausage. Add a little flavor to that. It's just me and Jake has his cat food, but I only eat once a day. I fast, so 1 meal a day. I usually don't eat anything until around 5 p.m., and it has helped me to lose 70 pounds. 70 pounds. Yes, I'm proud of myself, but I don't starve at all. You get used to it after a while, but if you're interested in intermittent fasting, look it up, read all about it, talk to your doctor, make sure it's okay for you to do. And then you'll just see the pounds melt off of you. So anyhow, the other reason I'm doing this today is because early next week, Jake and I are leaving on our next van life adventure. We're heading out to Texas to see some friends, attend the Sandcastle Festival, April 29th. But I'm going to be exploring a lot of the state of Texas. So this soup will hopefully have me prepared for the trip, especially when I'm spending 2 days driving, stopping overnight to camp, or sit at like a Love's truck stop or something like that, just overnight to get some sleep. But then it's great because I just take it out of the fridge, make me a bowl of it, heat it in my microwave, voila, I've got dinner ready. Another thing I like to add is I will add basil. We want some basil. We want bay leaves right there, and I usually use 2 or 3 bay leaves in the pot of soup. Okay, we can add a little bit of chili powder to give it just a little bit of a bite, and oh no, I like to put a little bit of marjoram in it too. And when I say a little bit, I mean maybe like a teaspoon. Now brown this ground beef and sausage. We're going to brown it really good, chop it all up so it's a nice amount for the soup. And it, like I said, it is just 1 pound. I don't put any more than that. And this is my favorite soup bowl. I know that's not what it's supposed to be, but it's nice and deep and I love it. And it makes about 5+ days worth of soup. So what I'm going to do now is pause this video while I get the ground beef and sausage out of the package and started to brown it. I'm going to peel the potatoes and cut them up in cubes, small cubes. I like them small. And then I'm going to get my frozen vegetables out because you want to use frozen vegetables because they have a fresher taste than canned. All right, so I managed to get the potatoes chopped, and this is just 2 potatoes, not huge ones, medium size. And that's about the size I like to cut them up. We already put the onions in, and now I'm cooking this sausage and ground beef. Let me see if I can turn this a little bit more towards that. Yeah. So now I'm cooking the sausage and ground beef with the onions. I'm going to add some spices, anything like that. So now while this is cooking, there's my handy dandy lid. That'll tune it down. Oh wait, I gotta put salt and pepper in too. Hang on. My handy dandy, and I like pink Himalayan salt for everything that I use salt for. Why do I like pink Himalayan salt? It has over 80 minerals that are healthy for us that iodized salt doesn't have. So that's why I like pink Himalayan salt. It's much better for you. Now I'm putting in fresh ground pepper. I like it to be fresh. There's just something about having fresh ground pepper as opposed to putting pepper already done inside. And please forgive me for wiping my mouth. I'm not using my fingers, but allergies are just killing me right now. And I usually will let it go on a low setting. I don't know, it's about 30 minutes. I'm cooking with butane, so I don't like wasting butane, because if you run butane on your little stove, let's say an hour or two, you've just about used up that can. Whereas otherwise, it can last, a week or two each can. And it's basically $3 a can at Walmart. It's not cheap. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to turn it down a little bit, let that finish cooking up, and I'm going to start cutting open. I have broccoli cuts, chopped green peppers. I have actually 2 bags of mixed vegetables, my potatoes, and my onions. So that's why I think this ground beef and sausage is just, yeah, it looks like it's done. Those are ready. I'm going to show, it's ready. The ground beef, sausage, and onions. You see it good? That's what you want it to look like. That's when it's ready to add everything else. Now here's what's cool. All you do now is just add the stuff, stir it up, put the lid on, and let it cook for a little while. That's all you got to do. It's that simple to make this recipe. So let's get the V8 juice. And I always shake it real good because it settles in the bottom sitting on the shelf. And you can see it if you don't shake it. I get my soup done. Sometimes if I don't have as much as I want, I'll add about that much water into the bottle. And then I've got extra broth. Okay, we're going to put the potatoes in. Go in there, potatoes. Onions are already in there. So we're going to add some chopped green peppers. And I would say it probably amounts to about 3/4 cup of chopped peppers. Just enough to give the soup some green pepper flavor. Then, next is the mixed vegetables. Now that one, I'm going to add a whole bag in. Broccoli cuts, about a half a bag. Look how beautiful those look. Now I have all these bags. Look at that. Everything's fresh vegetables that have been just frozen. So it's no different than if you go to the produce department and get them and then cut them up and cook them. Okay. So now I'm going to stir it all up. It's going to make a delicious soup. This is like such a good soup. I love this soup. Aurey's going to be so sad she didn't get any of this because she loves it. But this is for me to take on the road. There's that. Okay, now I'm going to also add, like I told you earlier, for a little bite, if they don't have the hot and spicy V8 juice, I add a little chili powder. As you saw, just enough to kind of sprinkle across the top. You see that? You can see the chili pepper sprinkled across the top. Okay, now we got the chili powder in. We're going to add a couple bay leaves, and this is another reason you want to let it kind of simmer on the stove. I like to get the big leaves because they're easier to get out at the end. Did I drop one? I thought I did, but it didn't look like it. You can leave these bay leaves in your recipe, even in the fridge. They're like regular leaves. They have a nice scent to them, and they add a really nice flavor to the soup. I usually leave them in there so that when it's refrigerated, they're getting still more seasoning. And then the next thing is basil. I put basil in just about everything. Just about everything. I'm going to open it up because I do quite a bit of basil in this. I'm going to show you what it looks like now with the different spices. And then I'm going to stir it up. So here's my bay leaves. 1, 2, 3. Again, I don't cut them up. I don't crush them or anything. I leave them whole, and I leave them in the soup until the soup's about gone. Okay. Let me check on Jake. Jake, you okay? He's right under the van. He is so well behaved. Jake is a good boy. Jake minds me. We have such a close connection, Jake and I. He's my best friend. He's the best travel companion. I adore Jake. All right. Well, folks, we're going to put the lid on it. We're going to let it now simmer. I'm going to show you what this looks like through the lid so you can see. Yep, and it's just going to simmer for about 30 minutes or so. Well, you want to simmer it until the potatoes are done, I should say. Nobody wants crunchy potatoes. All right. So if you liked my video, and I encourage you to try the recipe because you will love it. It'll be a family favorite, I'm sure. But if you're doing van life on the road, my ground beef and pork sausage, it was frozen solid when I took it out of the freezer about an hour ago. And what I do is I will set it on my windshield, right where the windshield wipers are, for about an hour. And it thaws it all out. I don't have to put it in the microwave or anything, use electricity. It just thaws out great. And then I always usually prep everything beforehand so that when I cook the ground beef and sausage, I can just throw everything else in the pot, stir it up, put it on simmer for a while until potatoes are done, and you've got the best soup. It's also good if you like to make a rice to put in it. That's delicious too. So if you like the video, do me a favor and hit like. I know every video you watch they say that. I am brand new and I am trying to grow my channel, and it would be a great favor to me, and I thank you if you do, to hit like and subscribe. But I would also love to hear what your favorite soup recipe is, if you like soup. And if you have a great favorite one, share it with us in the comments. All right. Well, listen, folks, I'm going to get back to cleaning up here to put my stuff away. And then Jake and I, after this is done, I'm going to put it away in the fridge. And we're going to go to our regular parking spot. And we're going to do our stealth camping. And subscribe so you won't miss anything. Hit the notifications so that the bell there so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Okay? So y'all have a great day. Take care, and thank you for watching from the bottom of my heart. I hope